Chaos Cultists are members of a cult centered around understanding the nature of existence. They have some of the coolest content in Pilgrammed that's super fun to find, with a guild, many different biomes, 4 bosses tied to them, and tons of crazy weapons and items. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it, starting with how you find them. The Chaos Cultists are found near the Sinister Sea by the volcano. To access them, you must complete Raphael's quest, titled Innocuous Induction. To complete this, you must collect 100 Chaos Essence and a normal claw. Chaos Essence comes from chaotic enemies, such as King Sandpod, Scarecrow, Snow Cultists, the Patras, and more. Normal claws can be dropped by Mr. Normal, the first boss tied to the Chaos Guild. Mr. Normal can be summoned through either waiting for a 0.02 chance for it to spawn on a random player every second, or using a normal crystal bot from Nebraska. He's a pretty easy boss, but interestingly, he uses rifts to travel around. I'll cover rifts later, not right now. He drops the normal claw, a sword that has a built-in explosive gem. It explodes on every 3rd hit. After giving these to Raphael, he allows you to access the Chaos Hideout and the Chaos Cultist Guild. N is a boss that can be fought immediately after finishing the quest. It is, quote, the avatar of chaos itself. It is summoned by breaking the sigil in the topmost room of the cultist hideout. It can shoot lasers, summon shockwaves of chaos energy, fire orbs at you, pull you in to stun you, and hit you for massive damage. This can be countered with the glider, interestingly. And summon explosive clones that you must kill before they explode. N also has a second phase, allowing it to use even more unpredictable attacks and buffing many. Coupled with its sizable health of 2400, this makes it a very hard boss. N drops the Wicked Limb, a staff that is basically a melee with how short range it is, and the Blood Twin, a melee that lets you spam aerials. This used to be it for the Chaos Cultists, with no guild, no depth, just some guys around a circle and N. But now, after the raindrops, there's so much more to them. Rifts are portals into other worlds that can be accessed and sealed using the Entropy Needle, given by Wes after completing the Chaotic Curiosity quest. I won't go over it in detail, but basically, you must find latent chaos sites and use a chaos recorder, given by Wes, on them. Latent chaos sites are areas that rifts can spawn. There are many different types of rifts, and a diverse catalog of enemies inside them. There are mirror rifts, Texite rifts, museum rifts, chemical rifts, and the shape world. Mirror rifts have a white void with gray structures inside it, either having basic walls and platforms with mirror eggies and mirror tangerines, or having many long, skinny platforms with only mirror tangerines. Texite rifts take the form of deserts with a unique metal Texite gun inside. They house Texite gunners and Texite enforcers. Museum rifts have small museum rooms with paintings, sculptures, and demons said to be manifestations of fear and struggles. Chemical rifts are desolate wastelands covered in thick green fog, with corroded metal and enemies that use fire and corrosion to their advantage. These are Tatnok, Melterino, and Edora. Sealing rifts rewards you with guild XP, but if you were paying attention, you would notice that I left one out. Let's talk about the shape world. The shape world is a rift type with a single white room made of wax, with random shapes and messages scattered about. This area is said to house the fundamental shapes of the world of Pilgrammed. This area also contains a boss, Lost Guys. Lost Guys are a hard boss fight with many attacks, like summoning red and yellow lasers, spawning random shapes to hit you, dashing towards you, and using orange lasers, and even summoning alphabet bombs. With a health pool of 3000, Lost Guys is a very hard fight. Well, that's all the rifts and everything in them. Wait, what's that sound?
Luck runs out.
No. No! Jim is a secret boss found with a 25% chance after stealing a Tektite, chemical, or shape world rift. He can also be found in the museum with a 1 in 7 chance, although he just watches over you there. Jim has 3,600 health and a flurry of different attacks, such as slashing, kicking, teleporting with rifts, and unleashing cursed fire in a variety of ways by dashing, stabbing the ground, and doing large forward and overhead swings. He can also summon cloaked and apathy demons to attack you, as well as applying the Mark of Doom, which reduces healing, damage reduction, and defense. Jim is one of the hardest bosses in Pilgrammed and is equally hard to find. He drops great rewards though, such as the Nos Daiwill, one of the coolest melee weapons, and the Lightless Cavalier that amplifies your cursed fire attacks. There are many theories surrounding Jim, like him being a bounty hunter handpicked by the shadows, or just a vigilante who pillaged more rifts than we did, as said by the Nos Daiwill's description. Now we're actually done with all the rifts, and we can move on to what you stand to gain from these rifts. From this guild, you can gain some great rewards, from tank items to support accessories, and from rapiers to whatever the Mephistopheles is supposed to be. I'm putting them all on tier lists. Everyone loves tier lists. I will be ranking accessories and weapons on separate tier lists. Before that though, I will explain the occult arts technique you can get from being an apprentice in the guild. With occult arts, you can infuse your weapon with blood or chaos infusion. Blood infusion lets you throw blood projectiles similar to the Prime brand and applies bleed on hit, but costs 10 HP to use per swing. Chaos infusion lets a third of attacks explode, dealing 25 to 75% of the weapon's base damage, pierce damage reduction, reduce the weapon's heaven cooldown, and increase the level of debuffs on the enemy. Occult arts can also alter certain weapons' heavies, like the Haunted Sight, which, while infused with blood, has an AoE heavy that has 3 times the range and applies 5 seconds of bleed on hit. Weapons that are infusible with occult arts will be marked with the occult arts symbol when I am going over them. Without further ado, let's get into the tier list. Okay, this is literally just a legend rank vanity reward. It doesn't even do anything. This thing summons explosive letters when enemies are on fire, but isn't that useful? There are a lot of better things to use for a fire build. Tier lets you sacrifice your health to give it to nearby players, making it a good option for support and builders. The helmet makes explosions have a chance to summon radiation fields, negating resistances to status effects. It's a good option for status effect explosive builds. This hat makes Cursed Fire have a chance to summon a purple face and inflicts Cursed Fire and Scared in a radius. It's very good for the 4 weapons that can actually inflict Cursed Fire. This armor is very good for late game mages with 20 more intellect and 10 max mana. That's really it. This helmet is essential for any shock build you have, as it increases shock damage dramatically but lowers its duration by 25%. Still worth it. This cup disables natural regeneration, but drinking it restores 25% of your max health and gives you buffs on top of it. It's amazing for tank builds or lifesteal builds, and pairs nicely with Patchwork's 75% regeneration penalty. This sword creates an explosion on every 3rd hit, but isn't very good. It's decent if you can get your hands on it early mid-game. Look, I know. I love the Tektite arc, but it's just not that good. It's still really funny though. You should watch my analysis video on it. It's pretty good. The Wicked Limb is a very close-range staff that punishes you for missing very heavily. Treat it as a melee weapon that uses mana. Aerial, 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 aerial. It's a flamethrower. It throws flames. What else is there to say? It's pretty decent DPS, and the heavy is useless. Just hold M1. These faces shoot lasers. Red lasers apply fire, and yellow lasers apply shock. The heavy lets you dash, then fire an orange laser. All around, it's a pretty good range weapon. This dagger builds up guidance on every critical hit, then releases it with the aerial and heavy to summon beams of light that give you guiding light, an effect that negates blindness. It's a great dagger weapon. This sword has 2 heavy variants, a normal lunge and an aerial stab downwards. That's its gimmick. I mean, It's a cool sword, but it's kind of boring. This rapier is pretty normal, until you get to its technique. You get to open a literal rift from thin air, either giving your rapier 1 of 3 infusions or summoning lasers, a metal barrel, or bombs. It's crazy, but not quite S tier. Yeah, this weapon is insane. It drops from Jim and allows you to use his moves. You can stab the ground and summon a cursed fire area, and sweep your sword to inflict cursed fire is definitely S tier. The Chaos Cultists Guild has some of the coolest content in all of Pilgrammed, from international bounty hunters to the apex of chaos itself. So go out there and experience it with a friend. Grinding Griffs is so tedious alone, but with friends it's fun. So go out there, grab a friend, take your entropy needles, and go seal some rifts. Have a nice day, and goodbye.